Okay, so under this quick view, this is just like a quick view to view our customers. See, quick view is going to bring pop-ups a window where you can check up some informations about your customers.
So here we have the name of this customer as Morning View Bicycles, and we have every detail of that customer from the name to their information, their mobile number, an overview of the transaction that has been made recently. Likewise, the chart as well. If you want to see their invoices, you can click on this. See, this is the invoices we have with this customer so far. So you can see the status here if it is overdue, and if you want to check the details of the invoice, you can click here just like we did in the previous video. So if you want to select another customer, you can do that here, and let's say you want to select Road Bikes Unlimited. So we have a quick view of this particular customer here as well. Okay, so we can do that as well for the suppliers, their items, their bank accounts, and the different accounts we have in the company. So part of the account we have is we have an advertising account. So and we have a amount posted to each of these account names. So as we have advertising, we have bad debt, we have computer expense, we have all of these different accounts here that we are taking from the chart of our account. We've explained what chart of account is, and we are going to show you how you can set up a chart of account in this video. Okay, so let's go to our customers. Let's start with adding a new customer. So adding a new customer is very simple. So the first thing you have to do here is to impute the name of the customer to the category of the customers. Do you want to categorize them as a general distributor, or the customer is under the mountain bikes distributor, or you want to add a new category of customer? So you can do that there. Is it a cash sale customer or a credit customer? You can impute that here. So if you put that here, you have to come here and put their credit limit. You get, so the VAT number of the customer, you put it here so that you can always remit their VAT on their behalf. Likewise, their opening balance. So we've explained what opening balance is in our previous video. You impute their opening balance here if they have one. So if they have an opening balance as at a particular date, we impute that here too. So if they have a sales rep, you can add a new sales rep here, if just to know the particular contact of the person you will be contacting. And if they accept electronic invoices, you can click this, so you can always mail the invoices to them. If you want to allocate receipt to oldest invoice, you can do that here. Use this option if you want accounting to automatically allocate receipt to the oldest invoice for you. If you do not use this option, when you receive money from your customer, you will need to go to the customer allocation option to allocate each receipt to the correct invoice. So we're going to do that in the allocation area. So, and here are other informations that may be needed as per different customer, from the postal address to the delivery address, their contact details, and default settings on statement distribution. Is it by email? Is it by printing and print and email? So you can select all these. Their price list, likewise the tax. You can set it up just for easy process of accounting. So once you fill out all this, you'll be able to go to the next information here, which is the activity. So here we have additional contacts. If you want to add more, you can put them here, from the name to the designation, telephone, fax. So if you want to add another row, you can click here, and if you want to remove one, you can click this minus sign. Okay, so if you have notes that you want to impute for this customer at every particular date, you can do that. Remember, you can link the notes. You can add an attachment to the notes, maybe their invoice or their codes or their receipts or something. So you can also add another line below if you want to impute more notes under it. So you can define different user fields, the type of customers, the branches, the salesperson, if there is any discount applied to them, if you've sent any product updates. Likewise, if the values has not been used or it has been used, you can check this box to determine that. So likewise, the numeric values, what type of discounts are you giving them, what is their target sales, and customers since a particular date, and contract renewal, so this is just for further customization of your customers. So you can select this if there's been a data for the particular customer. You can see the report layout from the code to the sales order or your PO to the tax invoice to the credit note, customer statement, and delivery note. So we've explained some of these terms in our previous class. So I believe as an accountant, you should also know all these terms. So the list here, under this list, we have the list of your customers. If you've set up a lot of customers and you want to generate a list for them, you can always come here and generate the list of all your customers. Okay, so these are the list of the customers we have. So you can select them to perform a particular action on them. Probably you want to delete, or you want to mark as active or inactive, or you want to update their details. So you can import customers from a CSV file. You can add a new customers manually here. So you can see quick report here, and you can export as CSV, or you can import from here. Maybe you want to go and use it on the Excel sheet or something. So you can also filter pages here, since we have 1 to 11 pages, and different actions that can be taken on each and every one of them. See quick view, edit, delete, add invoice, add quotes, add sales order, add receipts, or view statement. So that is where you have a list of your customers. So likewise, if you have a sales rep, you're going to have their list here. If you have customers categories, you're going to see their list. So basically, this key here is just going to show us categories, and it's going to show us list alone of different things we have. So transaction, we want to see customers quotes. So how can you create a customer quote? We are going to set up that in this lesson. Okay, so these are different type of quotes that we have, and if you want to see them, you can click them to edit, you can click delete, you can click to make an adjustment, and their status here are also shown. This one has expired, but this one is still pending. So if you want to add a new quote, we're going to be adding a new quote. Let's say we can create a quote ourselves. So process quote. Remember, quote is different from invoice. Quote is just like a pro forma invoice that you're sending to your customer to see the information of the goods they want to buy, showing the details of the goods they want to buy, likewise the price. So if the customer accepts, then you can now forward an invoice to them so that they can make payment or something depending on your company's policy. Okay, so here you can set up your customer. You can select your customer that you want to give this quote to, or you had a new one here. So you select it's going to show up the balance of the customer that you want to give a new quote, if they are still owing you or if they are not. So you're going to be seeing that here, VAT reference, that is their VAT number or something. So credit limit is going to show you. Remember, when you're setting up a customer, there is a place for credit limits. So if you set a credit limit, it's going to show up here to know if you are actually going to be selling to that customer at a credit or not. So all their delivery address is going to show up once you select a customer. So let's select one and see. Can you see that now? So you don't have any credit limit, but this is their balance, probably what they've transacted with you so far. So this is the code detail, document number, customers reference. If you want to put a particular reference to differentiate this customer, so you can put it here. So the date and the expiry date of that quote, you can select it here. So if this quote is expiring at the end of June, that means by the beginning of July, it's going to be showing on the status that it is expired. So you can set up that here, and if you want to give them a discount, the discount can be set up here. Likewise, if there is any sales rep in charge, you can include them. If you have someone, if you don't have anyone, you can add one here yourself. So what item do they want to buy? You can select the item here, total, and the total balance of the account. You see them here. So if you want to add a note under the quote, thank you for allowing Super Cycle Wholesale to quote on all your bicycling cycles, so you can impute that here as well. So you can save this, save and new, and create another one. print and preview, or you want to send as an email to the customer. So you have sending option, print and preview, print and email. So there are other options here. You can show user defined fields, documents, and attach some other documents, document notes, accepted, declined. So these are other information that can be used once you send the quote. If it is accepted, you click on accept. If it is declined, you click on decline. If it is invoiced, maybe you send an invoice for this particular quote, you click on invoiced. If it is you want to create an invoice for this quote, you can create an invoice directly from this place, and you can create a recurring invoice, maybe something you want to be giving to them every month or every 2 months. So you can create a sales order as well, and you can copy this quote and paste in and use in another store. So let's say save. Okay, so it is an item. There are three different information here. It is an item, account, or bundle. So we're supposed to check on item because it is our inventory that we are selling to them. So what type of item do we want to sell to them? Is it bicycle building? Is it bicycle pump? Is it mountain bikes frame? So let's say this. So how many quantities are we selling to them? We're selling 5. So this is the price and this is the standard. So that means we are going to put the discount that we are giving them. Okay, the discount is already showing here. So the information is there, then you can say save and you can move on. Customer is required. Customers does not exist. Okay. So which customer? Okay, we didn't select any customer in the first place. I'm sorry. So we are selecting Alpha Cycle Bicycling. Save. So you can see that this one is now still pending because we just created this now, and it's going to expire on the 30th of June. So that's how you add the code to give to your customers. Okay, so you can create a sales order just like we created the sales, the quote. You can create tax invoices. You can do customer recurring invoices, credit notes. We've explained what credit note is, so you can select the credit note and give it out to your customer. So basically all these setup are almost the same thing. Let's see credit notes. So if you want to add a credit notes, so these are the credit notes that has been done so far. You can check them here and you can add a new credit note. So let's see how we can add a new credit note. Okay, so here we're going to be setting up our customers credit notes. Okay, so process customers credit note. You can select the customers and input every other details just like the previous one we did. So you can do that. You can create a receipt for them as well, and you can allocate receipts. Allocate receipts now is if you are actually giving out one invoice before that you've not allocated receipts for. You can always allocate receipts for past invoiced or even closed invoice under this allocate receipt. So let's see what this allocate receipt is all about. Okay, so here let's select the customer. Let's say Blazing Circle Trails, all invoices. So let's specify a date. Let's see from this date. Fresh. So these are the invoices that we've ordered with, that we've done with this customer since this very date to this very date. Okay, so invoice is dragging to the right will unallocate. So which means all of these invoices we've allocated receipts for them. So you want to drag one to these unallocated items, that means you're removing them from allocated receipts. But if you don't want to, if there are any invoices that has not been received, that receipt has not been allocated to, it's going to show here. So you can just drag them here so that you can be allocated, a receipt can be allocated to them. So that is how allocation of receipts. So we're still going to show you how receipts can also be allocated manually under the account area where we can do the allocation of receipts. So you can write off customers, and you can do customers adjustment. So writing off customers is, let's see, so if you want to add a write-off to your customer, I've explained what write-off is in the previous class, how you are going to write them off. Now you can add a new write-off, and you can edit some write-offs here. So adding a new write-off, you can click on this add write-off. So put a description here and put unpaid invoices of that customer. If there is any, you can put it here and process the write-off. Okay, so let's see the one that has been done earlier. So this person's account has been written off with 193,002 rupees, or is it rand? So reference is write-off. So these are how you can set up your write-off account. So transaction, you can do some customers adjustments here as well. See, so adding customers adjustment, we've explained what customers adjustment is in previous classes as well. So you can do all those adjustments here to either increase or decrease the value of the invoice of the customer. So if you are using the effect you want to input here, if it is decrease and if it is increase, you'll be able to see it. And by affecting, what is it affecting? If it is a payment that you're yet to receive from, okay, let's assume you want to adjust a particular payment, just like I explained it in previous class. Now you have an invoice of 200,000 and the customer has paid the 200,000. But you now realize at the end of the day that the customer is not supposed to pay 200,000. They're actually supposed to pay 195,000, which means 5,000 is going back to the customer or going into the customer's credit balance, right? So with that, now the adjustment of the customer is decreasing because they were supposed to pay 200,000. So they have now paid they were supposed to pay 195,000. They paid you 200,000, which means they were supposed to pay less, right? So you select the effect, and once you select the effect, what other leg of account is it going to affect? So if probably they're having 5,000 naira with you guys, that means you are now owing them 5,000. So which account are you going to post that 5,000 naira that you are now owing them? Which account are you going to post them to? So if they are the ones still owing you, maybe you give them an invoice of 200,000 and they're supposed to pay 205,000, right? So that means they pay 200,000 and they are still owing you 5,000 naira. So that 5,000 naira they are still owing you now. So which account is it going to affect? So if it is decreasing and if it is increasing, you need to determine which account is it affecting in particular. So you select the account that is affecting here, then you process it and you move on. So that is how you can set up your customers adjustment. So here we have reports. You can generate reports of everything here, maybe sales by customers, which customer is buying more, maybe you want to give them gift at the end of the year or something. So which sales rep has been encouraged to buy more from you, what's the customer's balance by days in outstanding, what is the customer statement. So you can generate all these reports from here as regards your customer. So now under special, this is where we're going to be talking about adjusting opening balances. So I've explained what opening balance is in our previous class, right? So opening balance can be adjusted here. How? Okay, so you select the customer, let's say Blazing Cycle Trails. So the reason why are you adjusting the customer's balance? There are various ways to adjusting customer balance, just like we've mentioned in our previous class, right? Okay, so this is the current opening balance and this is the new opening balance. So if you want to adjust anything now, so you're going to be adjusting the new balance here. Maybe it's not 555,4612 anymore, it's now this. So probably the opening balance has been, maybe something has been cleared up from it or something, so you want to input it manually, you can adjust that here, opening balance as at a new date here, so you can save and exit. So that's how you do your opening balancing stuff. So we're still gonna explain this opening balance in journal entries and how you can use it very well. So that will be the end for this customers section. So we're going to be moving to suppliers section. So virtually what you are doing in this customer section, so that won't make the video a too long one, is the same thing you can do to your supplier, just that your customer are your customers. They are those that are buying goods from you, while your suppliers are your suppliers. There's those that are giving you, items that you are purchasing something from them as well. And your suppliers might be a vendor, might be a third party you are involving in the process of transaction or in the process of carrying your business operations out. For example, in your company, you've hired someone to come and fix your electricity or something, so those are part of your supplier. So how can you add a supplier list of suppliers category, transactions, their purchase order? You want to give a purchase order to a particular customer using separate purchase order numbers. So suppliers invoices, suppliers returns, suppliers payments, suppliers batch payments, your allocate payments. So these are various things you can do, and how you can set them up is very simple, just like we've been setting up under our customers here. So you can do reports on everything you're doing with your customer and with your suppliers, likewise adjusting their opening balance. So under transactions here, you can create a new purchase order and see the list of purchase order here. So you can create a supplier's invoice, you can create supplier's return. So these are the suppliers invoices, those that you have paid and those that it is unpaid. So why is this unpaid so much like this? It's advised that you delay the supplier's payment a bit to run more of your business, but you don't delay your own collection period from your own customers that are owing you money. So you get your own money in quickly and delay your own so that is the one of the concepts in accounting, for you to have enough money to run your business. So you can add a new supplier's invoice here and can adjust their opening balances as well. So we're going to be discussing this item in a separate video, likewise other informations we have here. Okay, so see you in the next